Just a brief introduction to the. Okay, Alexandra, do that. Just a brief introduction to the masterclass. First of all, I want to say hello to everybody and thanks for being here. As one of the organizers of the Museums and the Web conference, let me say to you that we are very, very happy about this conference. Today is the last day of Museums and the Web Florence. It's our first experience with Museums and the Web. We had a lot of participants, so we had a lot of people involved in the conference and projects. We had a lot of networking. As you know, we were 2 days ago we were the third trending topic on Twitter in Italy. So thanks to the work of everybody, and especially to the work of the bloggers and Alexandra as well. Have done a lot of work for this. So we are today in this institution which is very particular. It was established during the 15th century as an hospital where people, abandoned children, were left by their parents. There were a ground floor. There were a wheel where the children were left without in a way that their parents couldn't be seen. And we have to thank the director of this institution, which is not here at the moment, but I think he will come for lending us the space, which is beautiful. After the masterclass, as I said before, we go to the Museo Archeologico Nazionale at 12 o'clock for a visit with the director of the museum. And a brief introduction about me. I'm Stefania, Chipa, one of the organizer of the Florentine conference. I'm a social media and heritage marketing specialist, and I have a PhD in communication and sociology, and I'm a guest lecturer at the University of Florence, where I'm working with some European and international projects on tangible and intangible heritage. And today we are doing one of the master class we have around the city. The idea behind the master class is to realize what we think is an open museum, what an open museum should be for us. An open museum for us is a museum which breaks its walls and goes out from itself and extends its reach far beyond institutional walls. So we believe that culture can't live if it tends to be exclusive. And so we believe the idea that an open museum is a museum open physically, connected to the communities around the city. For example, other museums, schools, library, and why not services, and around. And on this topic in particular, we had a very interesting paper during the social media parade. There's one of the participants here, and I want to thank him, Alex Espinosa, because he showed us that, for example, if an Italian museum wants to be connected to the rest of the social media stream in the world needs to relate itself with British Museum, for example, because in the world of social media we have 3 clusters, and British Museum are for us a sort of bridge to the US cluster, which is the most animated cluster. So this is doing this, for example, a museum can connect, can relate with other museums in the world and be an open museum as we intended. So an open museum is open physically, but also on the cultural aspects. When its collections are linked, for example, to different audiences and different for ages and different for cultural backgrounds. For example, in Florence we are experimenting a new tourism. We are now experimenting tourists from Russia, for example, and for Brazil, different from the tourists we had before. So we have to relate with that different cultural background we are not used to. And in a way, an expression, an open museum is a kind of social, cultural platform. And where visiting the collection is not, definitely not, the only activity we can do. Another activity, for example, is create our own story when we visit the museum, and that's what we are trying to do today. Today, we are dealing with story and storytelling, create narratives around collections, connecting things, for example, the collection to places, for example, through geo-referencing, through tracking, and people with the audience. So let's start, and for me it's a very big pleasure for me to have here Alexandra, Korey, and Martha Ledley from University. Alexandra is from FLOD-The. Is a very everyone. I think you can present yourself better than I can do. And so I worked with them for a little while during these days, and yeah, I'm very happy to have them here with us because they are very inspiring people. They are such a great expert and also great individuals. So thanks for being here and doing this masterclass. I'm sure you will enjoy it. So we can start.
Quite a strict schedule here. So this is the schedule of today. We're going to try to stick to the hours as best as possible. Since you can see that after our opening, we are going through an introduction of the participants. So each one of us is going to introduce themselves. Martha's going to explain what the aim is, and then she's going to give her example. Go ahead.
So just before I start the introductions, I have to say 2 things. One is an Anglo-Canadian. I am basking in the glory of the Canadian women's hockey team winning the Olympics last night against the USA. And the curling as well, and the Brits got the bronze. So they're all doing really, really well here as Canadians. And a fellow Canadian is sitting next to me. So you've got 2 Canadians leading your workshop today. My name is Martha Ledley. I am a professor of art and design at OCAD University in Toronto, Canada. I'm also a visiting fellow at the European University Institute here in Florence. Today, my aim is to instill you with inspiration and to help you to research your questions and to work together collaboratively in order to find some interesting solutions. That is a 1-sentence introduction to me. Alexandra is going to do the same, and then we're actually going to go around to each of you and ask you to do the same. We want one sentence and one sentence only from you. All right? Very precise introduction, so be thinking about this, and I'm going to be taking notes while we do so.
Where, just to, if you didn't understand, she had her, my problem is, that's the clue to this sentence. So my problem is, I want you to tell us your institution's problem that we're going to workshop today. So then we're going to be dividing you up and workshopping those specific problems.
Exactly.
My introduction is, I didn't prepare us. One sentence, I think it's 2 sentences. So
One sentence only.
One sentence. I am Alexandra Korey from Toronto, Canada. This is already 2 sentences. I have a PhD in art history, and now I work in arts and culture marketing for FLOD here in Florence. And my problem is that of my client, a small museum, textile museum in Prato. The problem is not enough locals are visiting my museum.
Okay.
My name is Anna Costa. I'm a PhD student at the University of Coimbra in Portugal. I've been working with digital collections for the last 7 years, and actually my problem is exactly the same.
I'm Cristina Capelli. I am a PhD student with the University of Exeter in Italy. And my problem is that we are working with a digital project, but we would like to go beyond the audiences who have access to digital devices and get everybody involved. And we need a solution.
Okay, one moment. Thank you very much. Let's continue.
My name is Gabrielle. I work in communication at the Fashion Museum in Antwerp. And my challenge is how we can use our developing visual connection to connect with audiences inside the museum.
Very good.
My name is Marco Pagnani. I'm colleague of Alexandra at FLOD and director of the Florentine. And my problem is to convert digital interaction on the social media into tickets.
That's a big problem. Thank you.
My name is Giovanni Giusti. I am a partner of FLOD, so I am a colleague of Alexandra. And we have the same problem. I mean, we work with a small museum, a textile museum in Prato, and the main problem is that many people from Prato don't visit the museum.
My name is Cristina Ferdei. I'm an archaeologist and a museum educator, and my problem is involve children and people with different cultural background as immigrants and other. So this is really helpful.
Thank you.
I'm Giovanna. I'm dealing tourism, cultural tourism actually, and my aim is to find out a new way to get more tourists interested in UNESCO sites where I'm working in the northern eastern part of Italy.
Thank you.
I'm a journalist. I'm not working in a museum. Actually, I'm a designer.
Can you say your name again, please?
A journalist. I work on digital development generally, so my point of view is how to use technology for engagement with the subject. I will also my PhD on the subject.
Do you have a problem today?
I will see.
You'll see, okay?
Maybe I might find not the problem, but the solution.
Excellent.
Hello, my name is Michela Cabrini. I'm a PhD student in Switzerland, and I myself don't have a problem. I'm actually here to see if I could find any further insight on my PhD thesis, which is
nearly at its end, and you saw a presentation yesterday by Professor Korey. We are working on a framework for multi-channel communication for cultural heritage.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm Paolo Mazzanti from University of Florence Media Integration and Communication Center. I am a researcher and I realized the application for multimedia and cultural heritage. Yesterday, maybe I presented a demonstration of an idea, smart art. We won a competition in Europe, a European competition at diversity, and I'm doing my business plan for museums, and I'm here because I want to have an exact idea if it's possible to use real, if I have my museums are really interested to my idea inside the museum. To develop my business plan, to have an idea if there are customers and museums are.
I've learned balance from my tours, with all mobile apps for city walks and museum tours. And the problem, there's so many things to work on. What are the main drivers for museums and users, and what are the best ones to focus on?
Hello everybody, I'm Erika Rigato. I actually work in television, but I had little experience in a little museum in Genoa, and we are side projects with my friends. And my problem is a very basic problem. This little museum is not known, and it's seen as, okay, it's boring and it's not known in the city. So my aim is to explode it in the city, outside in the city, make it known. Just to let people say, okay, this is not a museum in the old sense of the word.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Paola Florence. I'm in charge of the National Museum of Cinema in Torino Education Department, and I'm looking for different ways to engage people in our activities in a long-term sense, using digital devices as well. Thank you.
I'm Simone, and my program is to try to make known a museum that actually is not known, even if it's really near a big monument.
Thank you.
I'm Alex from American Barcelona, and we work mainly on international digital consultancy and analytics, and now we are starting a project for Barcelona's Maritime Museum. And the main challenge of the project is to expand experience and to open the museum.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Elena Saura. I'm a social media strategist and art museum educator. And my problem or objective is to create dialogue with teenagers, so mainly for teenagers, in social media, but not with punctual projects, but with ongoing publication programs. So just try to create a significant dialogue with teenagers in standard publications.
Thank you.
My name is Aurora Raimondi. I'm an archaeologist, but I'm currently working on the Sveglia Museum project, which is a project to wake up Italian museums online. We've been talking with a lot of small museums. They want to become social, but don't even know where to start from. So I think this is the problem that you might solve.
Excellent, thank you. And at the end here, please, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself.
I am a teacher of theory.
And your name?
Giovanna.
Giovanna, thank you. Did you come with a challenge today you'd like to explore, Giovanna?
No.
Okay.
I am inquiring because I don't the fish. No, thank you.
We'll go back to you.
Okay. I apologize because I was late. And I'm Anna Maria Colucci. I'm a partner in a small company based on Milan. We provide some
a software solution based on artificial intelligence system, and the solution one becomes smart, the location of the museum, in order to make visitors and users able to enjoy the visit easily and with more content than the museum can provide. So without overlap the museum exhibition, obviously. The technology has to be only an enabler for the visitor. My problem...
Okay, sorry, continue.
The problem is just a culture problem to go on in new way to contact with public, to involve them. So,
thank you. Shall we continue?
Yes. My name is Simona, I'm an archaeologist. Currently I'm working for a small museum, a prehistory museum, that is facing or stimulating a new project, a new permanent exhibition outside in a park around the museum with the diorama of dinosaurs. So my problem is what kind of social and digital strategy can we develop to support this new project?
Thank you.
Excellent. Continue. I'm from Leicester. I'm working actually in my ONG with a project about small local museums. And my problem is to involve museums to open and collaborate with us to engage local people.
Thank you.
My name is April. I'm librarian and web manager at the British Institute of Florence. And while we have good audiences at our events, our library has seen declining use over the years. And it's really my problem is how can we build new audiences and engage our audiences with the collection,
Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Julia Zemlyanka. I'm the Deputy Director of Research of the City Museum of St. Petersburg, Russia. Our museum doesn't use social media yet, and probably it's a problem of mine. At least it's the main reason of mine. Okay.
Excellent, thank you.
Okay. Hello, my name is Kate, and I'm a project manager in the multimedia department in the State Tretyakoff Gallery in Moscow. And our gallery is it has one of the largest collection of Russian arts in our country, and our museum is very, very traditional. And so the communication with the audience, with our visitors, is very traditional too. So we don't have much feedback. We want to change, but we just don't know how to communicate with people, and people don't want to communicate with us. So that's the problem.
Thank you.
I'm Daria Evangelista. I'm from Laboratory in Pisa, the Scuola Superiore Sant'Anna. We work with gadgets and virtual environment and develop a new technology for museum. And my problem is to find a way to attract people to museum. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Bindi Rolfo and I work at Museo Galileo here in Florence, where I am a website editor. And my challenge is to improve our communication on social media.
Thank you.
I'm Alexandra. I'm I work in the oldest scientific library of Norway, and I'd like to make a part of this library known to a wider audience, give it a kind of museum activity, and attract more people because we have established a 3D laboratory with 3D books and games for school children.
Thank you. Yes.
Hello, I'm Elena Novo. I work in the Museo Città Milano, and I manage all the digital media in the museum. My challenge is inside the museum. I would like to make my colleague colleagues to understand that digital media has not to stand alone, and so my challenge is how to integrate traditional processes in the museum with the digital ones.
Just one moment, that's a good problem. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Stefania from Agenda, which is an international communication agency based in Paris, and we mainly work for cultural institutions and destinations, tourism destinations. Our main challenge is to, because we're not based in the museums we work for, is to get them to give us interesting content to feed their social media.
Okay, thank you. Next, please.
My name is Emma van Rommelen, and I am a project manager of the Zuiderzee Museum in Open Air Museum in Holland. And the question I'm bringing in today is that we started an online community a year ago, and I'm looking for a way to increase the participants.
For a way to, sorry? Increase your participation.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Hello, I'm Vesna Lovic-Pontic. I'm a PhD in art history, working as a curator in the Museum of Arts and Crafts in Zagreb. I'm a head of clocks and watches department, and also a project manager as we are involved in 2 EU projects, Partage Plus and Athena Plus. And presently, and that's my question or problem, I'm preparing an exhibition, a Century of a Waste Watch, and would like to make an also virtual exhibition as a supplement to the exhibition, and also some interactive games meant for school children and young people.
Thank you.
Hello, I'm Zoran Srkan. I'm coming with Vesna from the same museum. I'm an IT guy, so you can guess I have problems with everything and everybody. Because at the end, everybody's problems are becoming mine.
I don't know if we're going to be able to solve your problem today.
I know.
But we will try.
You won't succeed.
Good morning.
And I know that.
Hello, I'm Gerrit Netten from Amsterdam, the Anne Frank House. I have a very special problem. We have too much visitors. In a couple of years, we are getting to our maximum capacity, which is about, I think, 1.4 million a year. So we are a very small museum. There's hardly anything to see there. So my problem is, what can I do for the people who want to get there but who are not able to go there, either because it's full or it's too far away for the people to come there.
We have 2 people more.
Okay.
And yeah, there are some free seats over there, and if you want just to say something, okay. And have a seat and then.
Yeah. So newcomers, would you kindly introduce yourselves with one sentence, please? And if you could state your challenge that you bring into the workshop today, that would be helpful.
Okay, I'm Roberto Cena. In English, you can call me Bobine. I'm a project and content manager in Stereo Multimedia, that is a design company for museums and exhibitions.
Did you bring a challenge today?
My
challenge or question?
I don't know.
Okay. That's fine.
My name is Natalia Filippa, and I'm studying museum artists and social media, so my challenge is to understand who they are.
Okay.